Hi guys, so this video is a recap of what price has done being Monday 16th of May 2025. Yesterday I posted a video on top-down analysis forecasting what the week will be, but this video is just a follow-up video for us to see what has happened today and for us to prepare for tomorrow. So the first thing we do is we look at the dollar index, because dollar index is the driver of foreign currencies like GU and EU. So what are we supposed to do first? We're supposed to look at the higher time frame, because the higher time frame is the main driver of liquidity. So here I am on the weekly time frame, and on this weekly time frame I will look at two or three things. First one is what? Internal to external range liquidity. And then secondly, I look at fair value gaps, which is the internal range liquidity, while the external range liquidity is the all high or all low. And also I look at for SMT divergence. But for the SMT divergence, once I don't have it on the weekly time frame, that is the higher time frame, I look at the lower time frame to identify the SMT divergence. So let's get to it. So here, this is the weekly time frame, and what do we have? We see price taking out external range liquidity here. Why is it an external range liquidity? We see price created a fair value gap here, which is an imbalance, and we see price sweeping the external range liquidity, and then price to back into the internal range liquidity, and we see price rejecting and then respecting the mid threshold of the internal range liquidity, and we see price taking out the external range liquidity. And what has happened last week, the external range liquidity has been taken. So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to go back into the internal range liquidity. But here, look at it. On this weekly, do we have a fair value gap? No, we don't have a fair value gap for price to go back into it. But now we have to also use our our senses, our skill, to know what is the next level the price will respect or disrespect. Here we see this this other block here, that if price should disrespect it, we know that we are going to be bullish, and then this high might be taken. But we have this other block, and if price respect it, then we will see another low taken out. And if this low will be taken out, I want to see price created an imbalance, a very strong momentum for us to continue going lower. Why? Because on the left hand side we still have this particular level the price has not entered. So here I want to see price respecting or disrespecting this level. However, the likelihood of price coming to this level is low. Why? Because we can see a balanced price, balanced price range here, because there is no fair value gap in form of imbalance. So for the weekly, I still want to see price going lower, taking out this particular low. So let's go to the daily time frame. What do we see on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame, we see here that price, this is the internal range liquidity on the weekly, and we see price here sweeping this high and also coming into the fair value gap. Right? This happened last 2 weeks, and we see price taking out external range liquidity. But we see an imbalance here. This is an imbalance, a fair value gap. Let's have it written. Fair value gap here. We see we have a fair value gap at this level. Do you see it? And price, disrespect the fair value gap and respect it. So now we see an inverted fair value gap. What does that mean? Hadn't been this fair value gap was respected, we would have seen higher prices, but it was disrespected with this candle, this strong candle, and right from there, price has been what respecting this fair value gap, because we have a low here. The price will take out. So last week we see price, taking out this low as well as this low. Let me mark it out. We see this low, price has taken out it, and then as well as this low. So here we see an imbalance, guys. We see an imbalance, and this was Friday. This bullish candle was Friday. Now today is Monday, and we see Friday price has entered into what? Into the imbalance. We have a volume imbalance and also a fair value gap, and price take out the previous day high here. Yes, price take out this previous day high. So price took out this previous day high. You get it? And this was Friday. So today, Monday, we see price opened and then went down. Currently, price is rejecting, but I don't want to believe that it's bullish. Why? Because we see a fair value gap here, and price tapped into the volume imbalance without taking out liquidity here. And also, we have an SMT divergence here with the foreign currencies. Here, we see price has taken out the previous day high, but on GU, price did not do that. So we have a crack in correlation. So if at all tomorrow, Tuesday, we see price violating, or within the week price violated this fair value gap, I want to believe that we will be what? We will be bullish. If price should close above this fair value gap and then respect it for bullish prices, then I will say, okay, we'll be bullish. But so far, I will still keep my bearish prices because I want to see price continue lower, provided that we see this previous day high has been taken and there's no previous day low been taken, as well as this SMT divergence, and price is at fair value gap. Remember, I told you if price is at imbalance, we want to see SMT, and on the dollar we see an SMT in crack in correlation between foreign currencies and dollars. So on the 4 hours time frame, what do we see on the 4 hours time frame? Yes, here this is the previous day high on the 4 hours, the imbalance. So guys, on the 4 hours time frame, now our next line of defense for tomorrow is this fair value gap. This fair value gap, if price should close above it, if candlestick should close above it and then respect it, we will see this as an inverted fair value gap, and then this high will be attacked. You get it? This high will be attacked. And when this high is attacked, still, we don't want to see, if we are going to be bearish, we don't want to see price closing above this fair value gap and then what? Respecting it. Then if we have this, we will say we will be what? We will be bullish. So this is what I want to see on dollar tomorrow. So let's go to the foreign currencies. Let's take EURUSD. And on EURUSD, we can start on the weekly. So weekly time frame on the EURUSD, we see here price is an internal range liquidity. Then we see price taking out external range liquidity. Good. So far, what I want to see this happen is that I want to see price taking out this high here. Price should take out this high, and close above it, or should stay here so that we can have this fair value gap. Remember, when we took out this internal range liquidity, take out this external range liquidity, we didn't have any fair value gap. So I want to see that happen on the weekly time frame. So I'm also bullish. For me to be bearish, I want to see, this particular candlestick, price disrespect it. This candlestick price disrespect it for me to say I am what? Bearish. So right now, let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we see we have an imbalance, and the imbalance comes with SMT with GU. If you look at it, we see SMT with GU. So here in the imbalance, like I told you, imbalance SMT, we see an imbalance here and an SMT, and that gives me the confirmation will be bullish here. And still here, look at it, guys. For me to be bearish, I want to see this imbalance price candlestick should close below it and respect it for lower prices. This particular fair value gap. You get it? Let me name it here. But so far, price is respecting it, and look at what happened today. When this price, reached this level, we see price rejecting. We have equal highs here. So I want to see price taking it out. And this SMT here that happened last week is just a manipulation for price to come down here, but I'm still expecting bullish prices. So for me to be bearish, this fair value gap must be taken out. So let's go to the 4 hours. For the 4 hours time frame, yes, we have a fair value gap, the same thing that was seen on DXY, that is the dollar. We see a fair value gap, and I want to see this fair value gap respected. If price should disrespect this fair value gap, price should close below it and respect it, then this low will be attacked, and this will be the draw on liquidity. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we can see here we have an SMT breaker block market structure shift, and we see here that price is retracing so far. So price can still come back to this bearish breaker and respect it, even though we see price respecting this particular up close candle. But however, we see a relative equal high here, as well as equal high here. We see an equal high. So here I want to see price taking out this high. But if price should disrespect this fair value gap, this level, as well as this breaker block, then this will be the draw on liquidity. So let's go to the GU time frame. GU pair. The same thing on GU weekly time frame is bullish. So we see fair value gap and external range liquidity gap. Internal range liquidity is still open. So here on the daily time frame, what do we see? We see price is at this order block, SMT divergence here. Let me zoom it. We see price is at this order block, SMT divergence. And what I want to see is that I want to see price, taking out this high. And if that did not happen, we want to see price disrespecting this order block. So on the 4 hours time frame, what do we have? We have the same thing, fair value gap. I want to see this fair value gap disrespected first for me to see I'm bearish, as well as this breaker block. So guys, this is what I want to see tomorrow. So tomorrow we also have a series of news. What do we have tomorrow? We have some news here. Do you see we have inflation rate on that dollar? We have inflation rate. We have FOMC coming in on 18th. On 18th, there's FOMC. Then on 18th also there is building permit prelim, that is GBPUSD. Tomorrow there is also retail sales, and this also tomorrow that is news on on dollar. So guys, this is what I want to see within the trade tomorrow. So do have a nice evening and have good trading, guys.